There are so many celebrations all around us. We celebrate Sandra Cass reading Torah for the first time today. We celebrate Leah and Michael and the birth of their son yesterday. We celebrate Slichot tonight and the reception of this community, or by this community, of a new Torah, the Wacht Family Torah. I hope everybody joins tonight at 8 p.m. for singing and dancing and a different kind of Slichot celebration. And in spite of all of that, I think that this sermon should be a little bit more somber in light of the events of the week. I spend most of the week trying to sit at my desk and write sermons for the upcoming high holidays. I think I clocked them. So far, it's about 4.5 hours of sermons, so everybody get ready. Not even Blair would sit through 4.5 hours of sermons, and she has to hear them first. Then Thursday came, the events of Thursday, the tragedy of the terrorist attack on the soldiers guarding the airport in Kabul, no longer in any kind of combat function, just trying to airlift out remaining civilians out of Afghanistan. And everything flipped on its head, and I found it very difficult to write. And I looked at this parsha, and I realized that this parsha speaks to us, of course, of the events this week. This parsha recognizes, acknowledges that in this world there are in fact blessings and curses. And the parsha acknowledges even that blessings and curses can happen to good people trying to do their best. I don't have any kind of magical rabbinic message to explain why such a thing would happen this week. And I encourage you to doubt any rabbi who stands at a podium this week and professes some kind of knowledge to explain it. Make sense of it. What I thought to do, though, was to at least read the names of the soldiers, where they're from. As of today, we know that there were 13 servicemen killed, 18 American servicemen seriously injured, and at this point, 169 Afghans killed in the terror attack. The numbers seem to be growing by the day. And of the 13 U.S. servicemen killed, we have the names of 11 at this point, because the names don't get released all at once. They get released as families here. And as I read these names, I'm going to read their ages and their hometowns in the United States, because this wave of sadness is spreading, as not only were these 13 soldiers killed, 13 families irreparably damaged, 13 communities affected, all across this country. We mourn the loss of Navy Hospital Corpsman Max Soviak, 20s, of Milan, Ohio, Marine Corps Lance Corporal David Espinoza, 20, of Laredo, Texas, Marine Corps Lance Corporal Riley McCullum, 20, of Jackson, Wyoming, Marine Corps Lance Corporal Kareem Nikui, 20, of Norco, California, Marine Corps Corporal Hunter Lopez, 22, of Riverside County, California, Army Staff Sergeant Ryan Naus, 23, of Knoxville, Tennessee, Marine Corps Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz, 20, of Wentzville, Missouri, Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover, 31, of Murray, Utah, Marine Corps Corporal Dagan William Tyler Page, 23, of Red Oak, Iowa, Marine Corps Sergeant Johanny Rosario, 25, of Lawrence, Massachusetts, Marine Corps Corporal Humberto Sanchez, 22 of Logansport, Indiana. And I read these names because I thought yesterday before Shabbos that if Lance Corporal Espinoza's mother asked me about how our community responded, or if Staff Sergeant Hoover's parents, if I ever met them in Utah, I would want them to know that a synagogue community in Los Angeles had a moment of silence in honor of their children. That we remember them, that we mourn their loss, that we recognize that they were trying to do good, and we acknowledge the evil in the world that took them. I would want the families in Ohio and Texas and Wyoming and California and Tennessee and Missouri and Utah and Iowa and Massachusetts and Indiana to know that communities in Los Angeles are connected to them and that we support them. Because too often in this country, we only focus on the differences between us. And I think that if we're going to start coming together, and we're going to start to act more mature in this country, then we're going to have to model it through communities like this, through actions like this. Even in this simple act of a moment of silence, we hope that we bring some comfort to these families and these communities around the country who had children who paid an ultimate sacrifice. May God comfort these families. May their memories be a blessing for their families, for their communities. And may God continue to bless them and bless the United States of America.